this, we also want to look at TOEIC. Okay? A lot of students ask about TOEIC and what is TOEIC about. For students who want to have a certification about their English, it's specifically tailored to the business environment and to people who want to work in this field. This is the type of test that will give you sort of certification about fluency and proficiency. Now, one of the first things you want to do is you want to build vocabulary. One thing I can't stress enough is have a wide variety of vocabulary about a wide variety of different fields and different sets. Okay? Again, back to our chunking idea where we want to be able to build vocabulary in a number of different areas. And in this way, you are able to retain and use and remember more easily. Okay? Because when you study English, it's not just about the words, it's also about the words related to the fields. Okay? Now, looking at that, another way to also develop further is to write every day or write regularly. Okay? So this will help you to keep words in mind and also help you to improve the way that you express yourself. Okay? Because it's not only what you say, but the content of how you said it that the speaker will react and respond to what it is that you are communicating. Okay? So in this way also, you can keep a notebook. Okay? Keeping a notebook is a great way to jot down and to write down key vocabulary that you may encounter when reading or writing or even speaking with people. You find a new word, you say, I need this word. Okay? One of the most important things about TOEIC is you should speak as much as possible. Okay? In the beginning, don't worry about being wrong. In fact, don't think about being wrong at all. Okay? If your pronunciation is wrong, if the word choice is wrong, grammar is wrong, this is fine, because step by step you will naturally correct these errors. Okay? So by speaking, you will learn the correct way to answer and a suitable way to respond. Okay? One of the best things you can do at this time is to use an electric dictionary. Okay? If you don't have an electric dictionary, I encourage you to purchase one. In this way, you can know the meaning of words in your native language, as also in the language you are learning immediately. So in this way, you have less obstacles in your way when communicating. We also want to mention about isolating weak points. Okay? This is a time where a learner, it's very important that they are honest about what it is they struggle with and what it is that they actually excel at. Okay? So, for example, if you are weak at writing or you are weak at listening, okay? In this time, you should use that to develop that skill more than other skills. Okay? Because until you develop that skill appropriately, that skill will continue to be weak. Okay? So for example, if there are grammar points, okay? Many students have trouble with certain grammar points. Okay? Spend this time to correct that error. Okay? If you're taking a TOEIC class, ask your teacher for extra homework or extra exercises. Okay? If you're studying by yourself, okay? A range of books, specifically about correcting errors or about grammar. These are best ways for you to improve. I mentioned gerunds briefly. Okay? Gerunds are very important. This is a way to increase your fluency and also a natural way of speaking. Okay? And then eliminating distractors. Okay? When you eliminate distractors, you give yourself the ability to communicate and ability to study more proficiently, more effectively, and this is ultimately what we want to do. So, TOEIC questions we're going to look at. 2 distractors many students will tell me is about wrong answers that test use. Okay? So when taking the TOEIC test, you want to separate what is fact, what is correct from the questions that they use to try and trick you or maybe make you to answer incorrectly. Okay? So, there are many types of distractors in a TOEIC test. Okay? When you want to look at is similar sounds, what we call homonyms, and repeated words. Okay? As you study, make yourself a list of distractors. Okay? And through the process of study and preparation, make a note of these and how they use them. Okay? And on from there, be aware of time management. Okay? So, of course, this is a time test. So when taking this test, make note of how much time you have left, or also practice skills to use time more effectively. So when you are doing your practice test, you should be aware of the time, and you don't want to spend your last moments sort of rushing to finish. Okay? So you'll have time to work efficiently if you can improve these skills. Okay? So looking at the reading section, for example, you should be careful that you will have 75 minutes to complete parts 5 and 6 and 7. Okay? Many students spend too long on these, and so they end up using most of their time. My suggestion in this case is to use a certain amount of time and then answer what you know, and then come back when you have time.